7, verse 3 through 5. You know me, I'm about half mentally ill when it comes to messages. I told Sister Mama, I said, well, I dreamed this thing 4 times last night. So I'm like, okay, I think I got the story down. I think I'll be good. You can let me sleep now. It's just like the Bible story just kept playing over my head, brother. It's like, I want you to have this. I want you to get this. Okay. But it's all right. I believe. Because when I can't hear the voice of the Lord, I'd be scared, sister. You know what I mean? But I can't let God talk to me there. So, hallelujah. Is everybody there? We can stand and read the word, and we'll get this thing started. Hallelujah. See, I'm nervous now. Y'all ain't got to be nervous. I got a guest pastor here. I got a man. I'm not nerves. Hallelujah. I dropped the ball. I mean, there's another church going to be making fun of me besides here. You know what I'm saying? Hallelujah. So Matthew 7, verse 3 through 5 says, "And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam of thy own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye." Brother David, you bless the word, please.
Heavenly Father, we come once again asking you, Lord God, to bless the man of God as he delivers your word. And Lord God, let this be food, Lord God, for our souls. We thank you and we praise you. Let your anointing be upon him right now. In the mighty name of Jesus, we ask this in Jesus' name.
Amen. You can be seated. I tell them, Brother Day, everybody has a different way of getting their message. God speaks to everybody different. I know that. He just, I don't know. I think he just makes fun of me most of the time. Uses my quirks against me. But I get them weird. A lot of times I'll get a message with the title first. And then God won't give me nothing else until I decide to sit down and start doing the message, you know, start working on it. It's like, that don't make no sense. All right, I'll write it down. I got a bunch of them in my phone or something, you know, just, write it down. It sounds okay. This one, I was afraid to write down, but that's all right. I did it, and then when he showed me where he was going with it, I said, okay. Anyway, title of the message, Magic Mirror on the Wall, Who's the Fairest of Them All? And that ain't going to make no sense to you until I get done, hopefully. But hopefully it will when I'm finished. There's a little cartoon called Snow White. Y'all ain't never heard of it. And in the cartoon, there was an evil queen that had a magic mirror on the wall, and she would go up to it and, hey, you know, who's the fairest? And of course the mirror would always say her. And then one day the mirror changed its mind. The mirror said, no more. You ain't it no more. There's another one. Her name's Snow White. Of course, from that point on, her only desire and her rage was all focused towards destroying Snow White. Right? Well, I know you're thinking to yourself, Brother Darst, what in the world does Snow White have to do with church? I'll get to that, glad you asked, but I promise it'll make a little bit more sense. It didn't make sense to me either. You know, I would be scared the day I realized what a message really means. When I realized the importance of it or the value of it when God's trying to speak to a heart. It might not be for but one person in this whole building.
That's right.
But we're all going to sit and endure it. I remember one time, home missions church that I got into, the Sunday school, the adult class, it's just me and the pastor. And he closed the lesson and said, there ain't no way. He said, I know good and well that ain't just for you. So we're going to talk. You know, that'd be, because he, you know, every point would be told, I mean, who else you going to put it off on? Oh, that must be sister so-and-so. That's for brother so-and-so. That ain't for me.
All right.
And he said, Lord, you walk away pretty discouraged if I preach that just you. So, the enemy of our souls was cast out of heaven. He's going to be punished for all eternity. We know that. It says that. He is a miserable wretch. If you don't know that, he is. He had everything.
That's right.
Everything.
Amen.
And was cast. Well, he don't want to be alone. You know that term, misery loves company? You ain't never, if a person is really, truly content and at peace, they can stay in solitary all day long. They can enjoy, they can find ways to enjoy, they can pray, they can meditate, they can read, they can find things. But if a person is a miserable person, they can't stay alone very long. The only one they got to fuss at's themselves. So they tend to be around people and make other lives miserable.
That's right.
And that's how the devil does us. So he don't want to be alone, so he sends his little minions. I remember when I first got in church, all I thought was the devil was this big red guy with the horns and the tail and the pitchfork, and he did it all. He did everything, Brother Johnson. I mean, he was the one talking to me and you at the same time. I gave the devil so much power as a uneducated person, you know, the devil made me do it. The devil ain't seen you ever.
That's right. Amen.
You ain't that important. Now, if Trump says that could be true. If Obama said that would have been true. But now, I don't think the devil worrying about us. But the devil does have 1/3 of the angels.
That's right.
And they minister to us. And not in a good way.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes them ministers, them little minions of his whisper in our ears and put our focus on someone else. Oh, you're doing bad. Hey, look at Sister so-and-so. You ain't doing that bad. What about what they doing? And so it gets get all that focus on everybody else instead of our own walk with God. Because and Jesus warned us, just like in that story where he's saying, hey, you know, instead of worrying about this little speck that's in her eye, what about this beam that's over here? You know, you got a 2x4 hanging out your eyeball and you worried about a little piece of dust. You know, you got a little bit more of an issue. But now, we look at everybody else and their mistakes, and it causes us to justify our own actions, causes us to diminish the importance of our mistakes. You know, oh, well, Sister Dale, you ain't done nothing wrong. You see what Sister Johnson's been doing? You know, oh my goodness, I'm great. I'm fantastic. Me and Jesus, woo-woo, we got our own thing going. I'm fine. But that ain't the truth, is it now? So, but psychiatry, now the psychiatric world calls what that is deflecting. It's kind of like a shell game. Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, you're looking at here, and the whole time it's over here. You know. And the psychiatric world says, you know, oh, I'm going to pick on her, and I'm going to talk about, oh, look at everything. Look what's wrong with her. Look at it. Look at all these things that are wrong with her. Now, forget the fact that I just stole your purse, and I just took your wallet, and I just, you know, did this. But look at what she's doing. Oh, my goodness, you know. Oh, she's terrible. I'm okay. You didn't see nothing. You saw everything she did, though, didn't you? You saw it. Hey, guess what? The greatest invention and the worst invention in the world is technology.
Amen.
Them telephones are awesome. That internet, man, this phone, texting, I could just, boop, boop, boop. I was just talking to the pastor a while ago. He's 600 miles away. And I'm like, got it, you know. But this thing could also be one of the worst creations ever invented by man. Did you know? Did you see? Did you hear? Oh my goodness. What about sister so-and-so? What about brother so-and-so? Oh my goodness. But so it's, you know, we put the focus on other people to avoid accountability for ourselves.
Right.
None of us want to be accountable.
That's right.
Anybody want to take responsibility for everything you do? I'm passing that one real quick. That's right. I'd be like, I ain't doing it. I'm not going to sit there and do that. And it's kind of like, you know, if I'm sitting here and I'm constantly, I'll just give you an example. I used to miss, I haven't used that example. Yeah, I'm a minister in this church. I'm the church administrator, whatever you want to call the dumb title that I really don't. I'm here for you all. You know, but I serve the pastor. That's my job, is to serve the pastor, to be here for the pastor, have the pastor's back, let the pastor be able to take a vacation, protect the pastor, sometimes from himself.
Amen.
I tell him that all the time, so that's why I'm focusing on that. Because sometimes, you know, because people forget that the man of God's a human being too.
All right.
You know?
All right.
He's a human being.
Amen.
Why doesn't he have the right to, you know, whatever it is? We pick up, if somebody was to, I'll just be blunt, somebody was to, man, I ain't gonna say that.
Go ahead now.
Pulpit. But, you know, we, if, oh my goodness, I just went blank. What is his name?
Austin.
Austin. Why can't I should remember that. I can't remember Austin. Oh my goodness. It's been Austin's. Austin here was to do something. Something simple. Maybe he belched out loud in church. Oh my goodness. Well, who's to say he wouldn't? You know, he's a pastor, but hey, if he ate some spice, he'd beat the bowl before church, you know. I mean, so but he's not allowed, you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of mentality, you know, I feel like that story's about is that, you know, did you hear him belch? No, I was a little quieter. I didn't do it as bad, you know. Don't look at me, look at him. And but I leave it at that. I'm not gonna go that far. But I tell you, I'd like to say a lot of things. I love my pastor because he's my pastor. He's not Superman. Right. He's not Batman. He ain't got a bunch of gadgets. He ain't got, you know, he makes mistakes. We pick at him. We make fun of his quirks, and we make, don't say we don't, we do. We make, you know, he might say something wrong, we'll all laugh at him. I do too. I catch myself sometimes realizing that, hey, wait a minute, you're supposed to have a back. You can't be laughing at him. I make fun of me and John, his son. We get him along now, we're treacherous. I'll tell you, I have to be honest about it because I'm on film. We will give him a hard way to go about things. He'll say something wrong, we'll just laugh and carry on. But at the same time, he's still my pastor. You know, he's got a responsibility that he is yet. I've never seen him, it's just hard to tell you. In all the years we've been working together in this church, I've never seen him shove the responsibility that he has when he gets behind this pulpit, that he answers for each of us. That's a responsibility. I mess up, he still answers. I just have to answer for what I say. He has to answer for what each and every one of us. I mean, that's a scary responsibility that I admire. That's worse than being a bus driver, cop, or anything. You're talking about people's souls. And you're going to stand before God someday and have to give an account. And he don't even get paid. I mean, he don't make nothing. He gives, you know. And that's, I guess that's one of the reasons I have so much respect for him. I watched him for years live with his mother-in-law just until there was enough money to pay the rent on the church. To me, that's giving, man. That's something else. I got on that subject. That wasn't part of it, really. There's another example of what I call the evil queen mentality. You know, I don't even want to read it. I think I'm going to shorten it up. But John and James went to, this was the part that I kept dreaming about that night. I got this down. I think I can remember it now, 4 or 5 times. But John and James, you know, they just kind of chilling one day and they decided to go to Jesus and say, hey, we got a question. I said, all right, you know, eternity, we're all hanging out in heaven and in the throne room. Can we be on the left and the right hand of God? We want to sit there on either side of Jesus. We want to be seen. We want to be in the other chairs. You know, we want to be right there because we love you. That's why we want to. It had nothing to do with nothing else. We just love you. And y'all know what Jesus says. I ain't going to read it part. Jesus tells them, you don't know what you'll ask. You don't have a clue what you're asking. Because in order to drink from this cup, you got to live this life. You got to have this sacrifice, this amount of struggle, this amount of heartache and pain. You're going to have to give up your life because that's what I got to do. You're going to be, you ready for all that? I don't think so. Not just to have a position. I remember when he first told me I was going to be this whatever this title is. You want me to do what? You talking to somebody else, right? Huh? No. You know where I come from. No, I'm not. You realize one thing, brother. I realize when you get behind here, you better, what's coming out of here, you better be right. You better be right. It better be what the Bible's saying, not what you say. Because I won't give you 10 cents for your opinion. It's talking about the Word of God. I want the Word of God. It says, Mama will check me on it too. She's back there. That's a walking Bible back there. Go ahead and try to preach something that ain't Bible. She gonna let you know. You know that ain't what it's saying. I mean, you better have your facts and your ducks lined up in a row. But he told them, you are going to be heartbroken. You're going to suffer. You know, it's kind of what a pastor is. But that's the spirit of the queen. You know, they wanted the title. They wanted to be the right hand, left hand. Yeah, well, there's more to it than that. I know the scripture. It says all these things that have to take place before they could be what they wanted to be. And the thing is, they wanted to be, don't take it, I ain't want this to nobody necessarily here, just tell you what God said. They wanted to be God's favorite. They wanted to be a teacher's pet. They wanted the attention. They wanted all the accolades that come with being on the right hand and the left hand of Jesus. Oh, wow, I'm on the right hand of God. I mean, every time somebody walks in there, I can see him by everybody. You know, and I can understand, you can understand a little bit where that comes from. In one scripture, it ain't them asking, it's the mother asking. We always want what's best for our little darlings. Our little darlings are so sweet, so loving, so understanding. About halfway there, sister. But, you know, when you think about what John and James are asking, we do that in church. We do that in life. I want to be the pastor's favorite. I want to be the one the pastor hangs out with. And I want to be, probably not because he works all the time. He wears me out hanging around there. Let me tell you. It's like, when we first moved in, we were here till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, which would be all right for him. He just walked upstairs. I still had to hire a drive. You kidding me? Wearing me out. There was time that I can't make it today. And I'll tell you, I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. That hour drive, it's time to talk you out a lot of stuff. It's an hour there and an hour back. Now, it ain't so bad in the car. I can let my wife drive and everything, but a lot of times I was hauling stuff out of here that we were tearing down and taking it out to the country and burying it. I drive my truck, no air conditioning. 1st of June, in a bag. I just don't know if I can go today, Pastor. I worked all day. I put in 10 hours. I went to work 5 o'clock this morning and got up. I'm done. I want to take a day off. Okay. Never one time did he ever say, you're letting God down. I feel like that sometimes. But you know the scripture where it talks about when Jesus is sitting there telling them what's required of him if you want to sit next to me. I kind of understand that. I quit school when I was young. I regret it to this day. When school became a dropout. I didn't do nothing in my life but work hard. But you live and work hard, you're going to have a job somewhere where you're doing something rough. Because if you ain't got education, that's basically what you get stuck with. You know, I've been working in automotive now 15 years in a factory. I'm ready to quit. And I'm working on it now. When I got older, I had to work hard. I went back to school. I decided to get my bachelor's degree. And brother, I really wish I'd done it when I was younger. Because being 40 and doing your bachelor's is a whole lot harder to retain stuff up here. Because that gray matter turns into pudding when you get a little older. It don't hold on to facts as easy, and you had to work twice as hard. My mama there, she can tell you, she used to tell me all the time, you wait till you're 50, wait till you're 40, wait till you're 30. You know, like, hey, I'll be 50 next month. She might be right about some of them. Might. I ain't gonna give you all of them. I ain't gonna give it all to you. But she might be right about some of it. I remember her condition 20 years ago when she was 50. I'm doing a little bit better than you was, but not much. I need just as much help getting off the couch as she did back then. You know, somebody help. Oh Lord have mercy. But when I went back to school, I had to work real hard, and I was determined. I paid for it myself. You know, I didn't have that, so I had to pay for it myself. And I graduated with honors, and I nearly killed myself doing it because, like I said, I had to keep everything in here, so I had to repeat a lot of stuff. You know, brother, and I had to read something more and more and more, and sleep less and less and less. It was tough. And but man, the day that I was able to walk down that main aisle down there at the Young Center, go up there and get my little thing, I still got just a little piece of my little cardboard cylinder with 2 caps on it, painted red. But I grabbed that and I walked out. Man, I'm mad. I felt like I did something because I had found my grandma got to be there, and you know, I actually achieved something in life. And it took a lot of hard work. And when I read that scripture, I think about, man, what it takes to actually get somewhere in life. You know, I got a little friend of mine. She is 18. She just graduated from high school. A friend of mine's daughter. She get a full ride to a private college, academic. She ain't playing no sports or nothing. She ain't getting all that. Academic scholarship to a private college. 4 years, room and board, little extra, couple grand extra every year on the side, just books and whatever she wants. She ain't got to work a day and can do school for 4 years. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I would have loved that. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life paying my student loans. I mean, you know. But but I know what it took. Now, she's a sweet little apostolic girl, and has never, not one time, all her life, raised in this. Serves in Sunday school, serves in the youth, does all the things, sings, and does all that stuff for church. But she, you know, she gave up everything she had, any other fun, because she had to study, she had to work hard. You know, if you're going to get a scholarship, you got to work hard. I don't care what it is, it's sports, it's academic, whatever it is, you're going to work hard for that. And life, you know, life isn't just handed to us. And unfortunately, we have, if you don't believe that, it's what I'm getting ready to say, I apologize, but parents to parents, not all kids are the same or equal. I have enough kids I can say that. They're not. And I will tell you right now, we all have our favorites. If you got more than 2 kids, you got a favorite. Right. Because one of them's easier to deal with. One of them's easier to talk to. One of them's easier, you know, they might not call them favorite, but one of them's easier than the other. Unless all your kids are driving you nuts. I don't know. All my kids, Lisa said, no, ain't none of them favorite. Every one of them about to drive me to bananas. But some of my children are easier to deal with than others. The apostles were the same way. Right. And Jesus, you know, John kind of made it look like Jesus had a favorite. I like the way Jesus handled that. No, it ain't determined yet who's going to be sitting beside me. You need to just back off. Now the other kids, you know, like if you go out and buy one kid something, I don't know how the rule is in your house, sister, but if I buy one, if I got 5 kids in the house and I buy a kid something, all of them got to get something. I ain't bringing something home for one. Like, you know, you bring home a Happy Meal for one of them, you better bring home a Happy Meal for all 5 of them, because somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody cutting somebody for some French fries, I'm telling you. It's going down. I mean, I just,
Especially in our house.
Oh man, we got some eaters. That boy right there, I'm going to tell you right now, that boy right there can eat. He can eat me at the table, Brother Johnson. I eat every day of the week. His older brother was the same way. You didn't sit there. But they're a whole lot easier to deal with than them girls. I'll just tell you. Them boys are easier to deal with than them girls. But then they go and they get girls and bring them home with them. And then pretty soon they bring in a girl home with them and bring in a baby with them, and then they got another baby on the way. Glad they live with you, sister. Hallelujah. That's just too much. But that's what Jesus was saying. Y'all, what y'all worried about that for? Why are you worried about, you know what this going to cost to be here? Why are you worried about whether or not you're going to be seen? You know, and of course now you know in the story all the siblings heard about it. All the other apostles, they were all pretty upset, tore up about it. Why is they getting this? That ain't what I said. That's what they said. You ever had your kids do that? Tell you that? Say, what Drew said, ain't what I said. No, don't be misquoting me. You try to get mom and dad mad at me. More of that deflecting we was talking about. But it shouldn't be that way. I mean, some parents, I've seen parents, and there ain't nobody sitting here, so don't nobody start thinking I'm talking about anybody here, I promise. But I've had parents sit there and be so tore up about somebody else's kid. I ain't gonna lie to you, be tore up. All well, sister, brother, sister, so-and-so's kids doing this. Yours was arrested 3 times last week.
All right now. All right.
Just saying. Boy, yours is, you know, I take care of the Sunday school department, you know, kind of oversee that. I'm telling you, I've had parents throw an ever-loving fit over the lesson. The kid wasn't even in Sunday school but once in a blue moon. Why are you worried about the lesson? You ain't even trying to get your kid here every Sunday. You're going to critique everything because your kid shows up once every 6 months. You know, man, it's amazing what we do. Because they got that big beam in there. I wish I had a 2x4. I got one somewhere. I ended up hitting the fan. I know it would. That's why I didn't bring one, but I knew I'd be bam, you know, I'd actually black my eye or something. But you just imagine, I mean, they're sitting there and they got this whole humongous 2x4 hanging out your head, and you're going, oh, brother, that toothpick is sticking right there. Right there. You need to fix that. 2x4 hanging out like that. That's all I can see, brother, is that right there. I don't see nothing else. Hey, everybody, look at the toothpick he got sticking in his face. Forget this. Look at that. So anyway, it took me a lot of years to realize that looking at everybody else was going to be my greatest stumbling block. It really will. It really will. I will expect one thing and say or do another, and that only leads to chaos. We can't do it. The hard thing is, we don't want to admit that sometimes the future is dictated by our present. Our actions. What we do has consequence.
That's right.
If all we're doing is worrying about, I'm glad you came in here, I'll use her. If all I'm doing, that's because this has happened. Oh, but Whitney did this. And your kid did this. Well, we're going to have a contest. How many felonies? You know, she's had any felonies. Look, she's like, I have no felonies. She's actually working. I was teasing her yesterday, brother. That she's got a job. She's a CNA at a mother house, which is a retirement home for nuns. So I said, you got no choice but to behave. You're going to be surrounded by 200 sister grandmas going home. You know, I mean, it's kind of hard to get a bad influence around a bunch of nuns. I'm telling you, they especially senior citizens like that. They old school. They ain't going to get by with nothing. But our future is dictated. You know, we want to critique this one and critique that one and critique this one, and our own home life is shot all to pieces. And then we wonder why somewhere down the road everything's done went into total chaos. Because you were so worried about whether or not everybody else's family was all right, you forgot to take care of your own, and now you got all these troubles, you know what I mean? And we are here to lift each other up. Yes, we are. Amen.
Amen.
We're here to carry each other through hard times.
All right.
We're here to encourage each other when we are down.
Yes.
We're not here to knock somebody down.
Right.
All right.
We're not here to get an advantage, to move up at their expense. Oh, well, let me see, Sister Lisa's in charge of the Sunday school. I'm going to start bashing her name all the time, and then when they get tired of her, I'm going to take over. I don't want you taking over my kids if you want to act like that. She deals with kids every day. I'm pretty sure she can handle it anyway. Go ahead. I'll get her back here one of these days. So here, that little Randy, you can take care of this guy. Stop the bus. Hallelujah. So, Galatians 6, 1-7 says, Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual restore such a one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. If a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. Let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. For every man shall bear his own burden. Let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all good things. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. When I read that, usually I always, that scripture, everybody uses that scripture. Oh, whatever you sow, you reap. But it goes with that whole thing there. In other words, if we don't lift each other up, and if we don't sit there and help someone that's fallen, and hey, you're having a hard time and you're struggling, let's get you back where you belong, instead of, ooh, look what Sister Day did. Oh. Then that's telling me that I'm going to reap the same thing. Someday I'm going to be deceived by the devil, and ain't nobody going to be there to lift me up because I wasn't there to lift nobody else up.
All right.
And I am, cut me, I'm dead up human being right here. Grade A American male, I am an idiot. I will mess up more times in a week than Carter got. I don't know where that saying comes from. I wish you never taught me that. Then Carter got liver peeled. I don't know what that means. I've been hearing that since I was born, brother. That's it. Blame her. But when I think that, I have to think about that scripture and think, you know what? When I see someone hurting, when I see someone down, and I see someone struggling, if I don't lift them up, there's going to come a time, because I promise you there's going to come a time. I'm going to have a mistake. I'm going to mess up. I'm going to stumble.
Oh, yeah.
And people that are around me be like, wasn't there for nobody else, why should anybody be there for you? That's humanity. That's the way things are sometimes. We are the family of God. We shouldn't let the enemy put us in a place where we are asking the mirror if we're good enough. That's the whole key to it. We're comparing ourselves to everybody else, looking in the mirror going, hey, am I the fairest? Am I the best? Am I the greatest? Am I the smartest? Am I the fastest? Am I whatever? And the mirror is answering back, and we're listening. But the mirror, there ain't no magic. The mirror is usually just the enemy trying to get you to turn on your brother. Because he is the divider of the brethren. And he will talk in your ear, and he will say, hey, so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. And pretty soon you're looking at things when your whole life is a mess. And then all of a sudden we're not a family no more. The great thing about being the family of God is, you know what, I got a brother, me and him, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. And at the end of the day, I do know this. That's my brother. Period. Whether or not he's right or wrong, whether or not I'm right or wrong, put your hands on him. Talk about him, run him down. I'm coming for you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about my church. That's how we should always feel about our church. That's my brothers and sisters. Go up against them. Because I'm going to be right there with them. I'm going to have my sword in my hand and my shield up, and I'm going to be ready to block one for them. Because this is my family. This is the family of God. We should never look in the mirror because we are children of the King. If you're a child of the King, then you're a child of the King. Period. It doesn't say you're a child of the King until you mess up. Study history. The child of the King was the king in line. Period. His daddy died, he was just a little boy, but he was still reverenced as the king. And he was still given all the honor and all the accolades. It didn't matter he was a little spoiled brat with snot running down his nose. That was majesty. Right? We're children of the King, the Almighty. We're the bride of Christ. We should never doubt ourselves. We should definitely never doubt our brothers and sisters. We should not even be worried about them, because the only one, thank God, the only one who has to stand before all of us is the Master. But I have to stand for myself. If all I'm doing is worrying about what Whitney's doing, and I'm not really taking care of my own business. No, or what's that saying? Don't clean out. Somebody try to clean out somebody else's garage so you got your own cleaned up or something. Anyway, I'm not from the country, but I live right now, brother. They got some crazy sayings down there. To everyone, if you're a child of the King, it's shown respect and honor, despite your mistakes. We are the bride of Christ, and we are the apple of God's eye. And if you believe that, say amen. Amen. Sister Darst, would you please play something solid? Thank you. It's just a lovely job. Even though our drummer ain't here, or our backup drummer, you don't like that. You're like, don't you ever do that again. You'll get in so much trouble for doing that. Looking at the camera. You're going to be mad at me. That's all right. He'll have to forgive me though, won't he? Hallelujah. But if we could all, you there? You ready? Something happened? Oh. Listen, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know, y'all just don't know how many times the sound system is possessed, man. All of a sudden you play an E and then you in D, just like that. Wait a minute, something transposed, and I didn't transpose it. Whatever that terminology is. But I am part of the bride of Christ. And you are my brothers and sisters. Yes, you are. She got it worse than any of you because she lives with me. You just moved in a week ago. You ain't doing nothing packing. I just tell you, you ain't doing nothing packing. Back you right back up. Anyway, we are the bride. And I love my church. I love church people. I love church people that are real. You know what I mean, bro? Because if someone gets up and says, I've been in church 20 years and I ain't made a mistake yet, you ain't done much. You probably sat in a bubble somewhere because you ain't got around people. Because I got lost and losing, but I get a little upset just going to pick up Mamaw. I got behind every tractor, slow driver, Sunday. Oh, it's Sunday, we don't drive in the world. And I'm like, I got to open the church up. Y'all don't understand. I got things to do. I ain't just driving. Y'all gonna have to get out of the way. You know, I gotta pick up Mamaw. I ain't gonna be late to pick up Mamaw. It ain't happening. It happened. I was late. I was running late going to Mamaw. I was cutting it close. There was actually somebody else here waiting on me. And I was like, woo-wee. You know, that's life. One of the most amazing statements I ever heard in my life, and when I first heard it I thought it was so cowardly, but I've really learned to accept it, because that's life. It's just life. You're going to have hard times. You're going to be broke. Unless your name is Bill Gates, you're going to be broke. You're going to struggle. Before the year's out, you're going to wonder how you're going to make ends meet this week. Before the year's out, you're going to be sick. Before the year's out, you and your spouse or you or one of your kids are going to be into it. Before the year's out, you know what I'm saying? But we have a sanctuary. We have a place of worship that we can come to, and we can just get away from all the world and just be together and remind each other that we're family. I just met him today, but that's my brother. See, that's the way it is. You know, people might not like that, but That's life. Don't like it. It's the way it is. We are so blessed. If you have lived this life a few minutes, you're blessed. Because the Lord has been so good to us. So good to each and every one of us. I heard some of the testimonies a while ago. What the Lord has done. If the Lord does nothing else, was what has already been blessed to you not worth everything you ever give up for God? You know? Every day that you have to get the kids ready for church, every day that you have to get ready. I don't wear a tie, everything during the week. I work at a factory. I wear a uniform and hot and sweaty. And I don't even know what I feel like. God's been so good to me. He has blessed me so much. I got more than I ever deserved, more than I ever earned.
Amen.
I get the privilege of coming into His house and raising my hands and worshiping Him and thanking Him for what He's done for me.
All right.
And so if we could all stand. I want to do something a little different. I'm not going to have an altar call. Nothing like that. I want us to think about everything God's done for us. And as she plays a nice hippie song here in a second, go ahead and tell what was in here there. I want us to just take a minute and just thank God. Because you woke up this morning and someone could have broke into your house and killed you in your sleep. That's the reality of the world that we live in.
That's right.
I believe that. Ask Brother Billy. It happens every day. Someone could take one of your kids in a store and they'd be gone forever. But we got them. It happens every day. Car wrecks every day. Every day we live, we're cheating death. We're cheating sorrow. And we got to thank God for that. Because He's awesome. When you think about people piled up in a car going to church, the amount of things that can happen. Just from Taylorsville to here, the back road, the semis and everything else, some stupid tractor pulling out in front of you with a bale of hay on back. And you having to slam on your brakes. And what if you hadn't seen it? Or like she was talking about the bird that just happened to be there. And just happened to get their attention at the same time. And they just happened to step at the same time as a car smashed into the wall where they were standing. Believe in coincidence. That is Jesus right there.
All right.
That's the hand of God just saying, whoo, I'm not letting it happen today. So if we all good as she plays, let's just thank God for what He's done for us today. For what He's done for us to this point. And like it's the last chance you ever get to thank Him. And we did it. Go ahead, sister.
Lord, preparing to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving, I'll be a living
class that don't usually have, does your class have anything, Sister Darst?
No, but I do want to say something.
Uh-oh.